I'm Dave Gardner, GrowthBuster, and I want to have a word with you, Stephen Colbert. That word is overpopulation. Admit it, you love it, Colbert. It's time the world knows the truth. You and your fellow 1%ers are engaged in a conspiracy to convince us to have more babies. Let's take a look at what you've been telling the public about population.
The world is trying to outnumber us with their larger numbers. And if we want to maintain our superpower status, we're going to have to breed like Mormon squirrels. America needs to get back in the game of catastrophic overpopulation. China has its one-child policy. Well, tonight I am introducing America's new 8-child policy. We need to institute a one-child minimum. That is one child a year. And by year, I mean dog years.
It's time I outed you as the mouthpiece of growth profiteers around the world. Let's start with Rupert Murdoch. This media baron profits from increasing numbers of subscribers, so his rags, including the Wall Street Journal, run headlines like these, perpetuating the myth that more people make a better planet. You know I'm a mild-mannered filmmaker by day, but on weekends I work tirelessly to bust growth.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Last year, I went to Palm Springs, site of a Koch brothers' secret enclave, to collect evidence that you are Charles Koch in disguise.
I'm Dave Gardner, GrowthBuster. I'm here to bust some growth pushers.
Some what?
It's easy to see. A little Grecian formula, and Koch becomes Colbert. We all know what makes babies. But you and your fellow growth profiteers want us to make babies for another reason. Yes, procreation will excite the economy. The cost to raise a child in the typical U.S. middle-income family is $235,000. That family is going to borrow from you, the growth profiteers, so they can buy products from corporations owned by you. So of course you and your fellow growth pushers are going to encourage everyone to pop out as many little consumers as possible. Perhaps that's why the Fox network chose not to run 2 is Enough, and why they won't consider my new series about climate change. You growth pushers are encouraging us to ignore the perils of overshoot so you can keep piling up the profits. And your puppets in Washington lick their lips over increasing GDP and the possibility of more tax revenue. You've convinced governments around the world to bribe people to make babies. Your economists warn us our pensions are in danger if we don't get busy in the bedroom. And you're engaged in a full frontal attack on contraception and sex education.
The biggest threat to our birth rate is, of course, sex education, which significantly reduces the risk of teen pregnancy.
We at GrowthBusters are stepping up efforts to counter your veiled baby-loving campaign.
Would you ladies be interested in some free extinct species condoms?
No, thank you.
Do you know what the population of the planet is today?
No.
Is it a concern to you at all?
No.
Are you embarrassed? I know I am.
What the Pope doesn't know won't hurt him. You growth pushers oppose family planning and pretend it's for religious reasons. But we're on to you. You're pro-conception not because you love babies. No, you encourage Joe Sixpack to reproduce lots of little worker consumer bots in order to increase demand for the products you sell and depress the wages you pay them. Then you leave us to deal with the costs and impacts of growth while you jet off to Grand Cayman to get away from the madding crowds. So why don't you grow a pair, Mr. Colbert, and do the right thing? July 11th is World Population Day, and I'm giving you notice. We, the public, are not going to keep birthing babies in order to boost your bottom line. We're zipping our pants, we're using condoms, making responsible decisions about family size, and we're using the word overpopulation. There, I said it. And I'm still on the air.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Calling, 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 calling. Call the GrowthBusters.